This is today's prey.
This is a motivational message from Jake and Poppy to you from today's prey. And I think that's how we start to open up the podcast.
And I was really actually mad about that. Did you hear what I was actually saying?
Yeah. I didn't know
So
I didn't know that.
I held the door open for you.
Yeah.
And then then the guy that came out in the leather jacket with the purple Crocs with all the little buttons on it.
The worker?
No. Well, he might have been a worker. I don't know. But he didn't have a Circle K t-shirt on. And he just walked out. And I stared at him as he walked out. I was like, stay calm.
Yeah.
Stay calm.
No,
And
I
it
didn't
fucking
catch that.
pissed me off.
Yeah, I didn't catch that.
And then that's why I said that guy made up for the last guy.
Yeah.
Because when I held the door open for the second guy, he was like, "Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much." And you were like, "Wow, that guy was really nice." I said, "Well, that's life is about balance."
So okay, so you got a little bit of balance right there at the visiting the gas station.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying you walked in, guy was rude to you.
Don't like that.
And it blew your mind a little bit. And
Yeah.
then when he left, it was nice.
Yeah.
Every day is a new day.
You never know what's going to happen, buddy.
You never know. Is your boom arm going a little wonky over there?
It's not. I just I'm trying to get comfortable so I can see you to have the conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Just because, I like looking at you.
Well, just so you guys know, if the video or audio quality is different, it's because we are in our garage smoking cigars.
Sometimes you got to sacrifice.
So that's
some
why
quality.
you can tell that we have a garage door directly behind us, and I'm having a good time so far. Did a little freestyle session.
Hey.
Anytime I have a day where I am like, my day has been slow all day because I was turkey hunting and the weather was bad, so it wasn't that fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. I still had a good time, but it wasn't like the best day. It was kind of boring most of the day. Just a bad, rainy motherfucker.
Bad, rainy, shitty day. That's kind of how my day was yesterday, in a sense of being boring. But it was so nice out. It was actually the first time in my entire life that I'd ever felt seasonal depression. I don't even like using that because I don't really ever get that. Like, I stay so busy, just like any working person. I don't really ever notice anything like that. But yesterday, because the weather's been so bipolar when it's been like off and on, like nice and bad. Yesterday it was so beautiful outside, but it was still like 40 degrees, so I couldn't actually go do anything. I was kind of a little bit of a grump about it.
I broke your heart, huh?
You know what I mean?
So you were saying you don't normally notice having any seasonal depression, mostly because you're a happy motherfucker.
Try to be.
Why are there just some miserable motherfuckers out there? Just like the guy I held the door open for and he didn't say nothing to me. Didn't even notice I existed. Like that was his place. Like he thought, this is my place. I get the door. People always hold the door open for me.
Yeah.
Do you think that guy's ever held the door open for someone?
You never know, man.
I don't think so. I think maybe for his mommy.
Well,
Maybe for his mommy and daddy.
maybe he was in a rush. Maybe he was just having a bad time.
Well, he wasn't in a rush. He stepped outside, started smoking a cigarette, and then he walked back in after we came out.
Huh.
So, no, he wasn't in a rush. He was just taking advantage of my situation I gave him.
Maybe he's intimidated by you, man. Do you ever think about that? People might just be rude to you because they're fucking afraid of your monstrosity. You're so monstrous.
It's probably my lats.
It's your lats, man. Those lats are humongormous, man. And I'm not even fucking lying about it.
I broke your heart, huh?
So I want to tell you a story.
All right. Hey, I'm all ears.
So I want to tell you a story. So my girlfriend's parents came in to visit for her birthday. That was last weekend.
Yeah, you still haven't let me meet them yet. It's kind of fucked up, but
Well,
because here's the thing. Now that I've been single for a while now, and you know, like you're my roommate. So technically, you know, like, dude, I'm just an extension of you. So like,
Yeah.
you meet your girlfriend.
You're like my left testicle.
You meet your girlfriend's parents. Like, how do I know you're hanging out with some good people if I've never met them?
Right.
I don't trust
Right.
these people. I don't know them.
I don't either.
So the next time they come into town, I think we need to have a game night, and you bring them over here. I'll show them a good time.
Well, you know what's funny? So we went axe throwing, and then so that was something. I learned. So the last time we went axe throwing, we were a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
And you started to try to shave your beard with an axe, and then it was right after having like one of those margaritas, which is like a punch bowl for a margarita per person, and we almost
It's like a half gallon of margarita.
yeah. And then we went there, and I threw it backwards, and they yelled at me. So this time I was like, I'm on my best behavior because I don't, one, in-laws. Two, I just really don't want to get kicked out of here.
Yeah.
When it's not like around you. I don't mind getting kicked out. What are they going to do? That was your whole saying then,
Thing
too.
is,
It was
like-
like, what are they going to do? Kick us out? I'm like, yes, that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to kick us out.
If me and you didn't get kicked out the first time we went when I turned 26, I think you can do anything at that place because I was so drunk I couldn't walk a straight line. And I don't know. I just
You know what I noticed though? So while I was there, they have like, if you go to an axe throwing place, there's like, they tell you, okay, have you ever been here before? And you're like, no. And then they demonstrate how to throw the axe for you so you don't look like a fucking idiot. And so they like, okay, so you can throw it one-handed, and then you can throw it two-handed over your head like this. You know, I did it with one hand, but you get the idea. And then you can throw it, hold it the same way and do it underhanded if you want to, and throw it underhanded. Well, they don't have that anymore because of me. They don't have the underhanded thing anymore. You can't throw it underhanded anymore because I'm saying mostly because of me. Because when I threw it backwards like underhanded backwards, and it like almost hit the ceiling.
yeah.
And so that's probably where that started. And then someone probably tried to throw it the opposite way. Like when you throw it backwards, the backside of the axe is facing forward. You know what I mean? It's like you're not going to hit your leg with the blade. I'm sure someone like fucked up
Can you imagine?
and hit their own leg with an axe.
Absolutely, dude. How were Kelly's parents with throwing the axes? Were they pretty good?
I'm not going to get too much into it, but her dad was great. Her mother struggled.
Yeah, I struggled. It sucks.
And
It's hard.
It was mostly because I don't, you're supposed to have some rigidity. Is that a word? Rigidity?
Yeah, absolutely.
Chat, tell me if it's a thing. Hey, everyone in the chat, can you tell me if this is a real thing, rigidity? You're supposed to like have your arm straight, then bring it up, and then throw it back,
You have to keep your arm straight the whole time?
No. But you have to like, okay, I'm aiming here. This is my release point. Bang.
Okay.
She was more like this.
Yeah,
And
that's me.
it scared me.
I like to throw it like a fucking baseball.
I thought she was going to hurt herself. Yeah, you do that with darts too. You're always like throwing
I'm good.
thi-
I'm not. No, I'm not. I get bullseyes at darts.
You also almost hit my customers every time.
Yeah.
Every time you're in there, you're throwing darts in the barbershop, and you throw it like you're just supposed to do this.
That's what I do now.
Yeah, but before you go, it bounced and almost hit everybody.
I'm aggressive in every aspect of life except for conversation and tattooing.
I'm aggressive for everything but conversation. Maybe you should start.
No, I'm not good at
Fucking start. Fucking start, dude.
I'm not a good fighter in a sense of arguing. I'm not. I can't think of.
I am
stuff.
definitely a conversational lover. Is that a word? Is that a
That's
thing?
me. Yeah.
I am too. I don't want to fight with anyone.
Having a conversation with me It's like you're going on an easy stroll, man.
Easy breezy, beautiful cover girl.
I'm not saying that you're enjoying it. You're enjoying me. It's just like I'll talk to you. I'm not going to yell at you. I'm not going to start a fight with you.
Yeah. So I want to tell you this story now.
Okay.
So-
I thought we were into the story.
Nope. I didn't make it there yet. So we
Okay.
did the axe throwing.
Yeah.
And so we did that. And then we went to Wine Bar.
Ooh, getting
And
a little whiny.
So, yeah, we go to Wine Bar.
I broke your heart, huh?
And remember when Wine Bar commented on our page saying, because we like kind of made fun of what charcuterie boards are.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like my girlfriend's favorite thing is getting a charcuterie board.
Wait a
and
minute.
just
Did they
cutting it up.
confront you?
I remember the fear in your eyes.
No, I didn't. I did say that they follow us on social media.
You told her parents that?
Yeah, I said, hey, these guys follow me on social media.
Way to flex on them.
And they went, ooh. And I was like,
made their knees shake a little bit.
I said, I'm not going to tell you why. That's what I said.
Oh, you really
left a motherfucker in the dark.
left him hanging with a little mystery.
Yeah.
That's sexy, dude.
Yeah. Well, I looked over and
Dang, dude.
my girlfriend was like breathing heavy. You know what I mean?
No.
So,
Like what?
So we're in there and you have to pick out the things for the charcuterie board. I already kind of think it's kind of a silly idea, but I enjoy it all the same because even though I think the idea is silly where you're just you're making your own sandwich.
Yeah, it's good.
It's still something, right?
Yeah.
I had a bone.
Still good.
So yeah, I still get boners for charcuterie boards, which
Yeah.
we call them charcuterie boards. And so we get in there and we're choosing the meats and stuff. And
Oh, they let you pick? It's customizable meat choosing?
yeah,
Whoa.
that's like a normal one. That's what they just like tell you. They have all the options, so you choose what you want.
I've never had gourmet customizable charcuterie boards before. Do you think you could get,
It's a delight.
Do you think you can get Cheetos and Tic Tacs?
No, they have like a card. There's no orange Tic Tacs on the charcuterie board. But the mom's like, Mom, they're all picking the stuff, and I just told Kelly, I was like, I don't care what you get.
You're like, give me the
Because
beer.
I already kind of think the idea is silly.
Yeah,
So
you're like, give me the beer pretzels and the cheese sticks.
yeah, and I'm like, hey, where are the wings?
Yeah.
Where are the sliders at?
Oh, curly fries?
I'm at Wine Bar. I got a burger. You know what I'm saying?
Can I get a Bax?
That was a nice one. Okay.
And we're going to get into that in a second. Because we're talking about restaurants today for the first half of this episode. So, so they're picking the meats and cheeses, and the mom is trying to be nice to me and like choose something that I would like. And I hear her, I'm just sitting there, and they're talking, and she looks over at her husband and goes, well, we should get 2 of the pepperonis because Poppy really likes pepperoni.
Ooh.
And I thought that was
That was the sweetest thing.
that was the funniest thing on earth to me. I started busting out laughing because there's all these super like nice meats and cheeses, and that's like the most white trash meat on the fucking thing. So she's like, he's not gonna like any of these. Can we get slices of Kraft American cheese and pepperoni for the fucking nerd over here?
For the redneck we're with. For the hillbilly that's dating our daughter.
Pepperoni? I don't even know her. So
Wait, let me guess. Pepperoni's right behind me, isn't there? No, I think it's funny how you said that pepperoni is like the most white trash meat you can get.
yeah.
I mean, what if there was deer jerky on there? I don't think pepperoni's white trash. I don't think deer jerky's white
They got
trash.
Slim Jims. They got Jack Links in this
you might-
motherfucker.
You might ruffle the feathers of some Italians listening to us if you say pepperoni's white trash.
Pepperoni, pepperoni, pepperoni. I think a Italian person just showed up.
Is that racist, do you think?
But is it?
If you like,
Huh.
I wonder if
is that racist?
let us know if that's racist.
They're white.
I bet
there could be there. I mean, I think
in other countries, if they say Buffalo Wild Wings, Buffalo Wild Wings, Buffalo Wild Wings, Americans show up.
buffalo sauce, A1 steak sauce,
Dude,
ketchup.
I tattooed this really cool guy from Australia, and he said he thought Buffalo Wild Wings. I said, I forget. We were just talking about like American things versus Australian things, and he thinks that Buffalo Wild Wings is the funniest thing. I was like, why? And he goes, Mike, because it's just like America. That's what he said. And I was like, yeah, I guess it is. He's like, yeah, there's TVs everywhere, and I don't even know how they talk, but you know what I'm saying. He said, man, another thing about Americans, why do the toilets have so much water in them?
Because we take massive shits, mate. We take massive shits, mate.
Dude, sorry your little fucking pussy Australian shits can't have as much water as ours.
Everyone knows Australians shit like little rabbits. Everyone knows that.
Everyone knows it.
And it's poisonous because everything in Australia can kill you.
Yeah, they take these little concentrated venomous shits.
It's venomous. That shit will because the water's so low there in the toilet because their shit swims when it hits the water and they don't want it to come back up and bite them like a piranha.
They shit out amphibians. And then they turn into like the crazy cobras and all the shit that's
their
over
shits actually have a cloaking mechanism like a chameleon. And so it's all ghost shits.
like Predator. Okay.
Is that Predator?
Okay, hey, we did it. We did,
shits again.
We did today's pray, and we talked about shit a little bit. Let's move on. Over the charcuterie boards, you got the pepperoni.
Yeah. So that's all I was saying is that
That's so funny.
her mom was trying to be nice to me, but
Yeah.
she also knows I'm white trash.
It's rather comedic that she ordered you some pepperoni. You thought it
And
was
2
funny.
orders of pepperoni.
Yeah.
And I did eat all the pepperoni.
You're a grown boy.
Yeah.
What was other meats?
I mean, she basically just got pepperoni and salami for me. And then there was some sort. Who fucking knows, really?
Just drop my ash everywhere.
You dropped your ass?
Badong.
So speaking of, can I get a box? Dude.
Can I get a box?
So I don't know if we've ever talked about this on the pod, but I think this is so funny. I have nightmares of me talking, if you watch a movie, right? And you watch a movie that's an old Western, you're going to talk like you're an old Western for the rest of the day. Is that just a white thing or is it just a person thing or a man thing? I think it's a man thing.
It might just be a Mimosa Lane thing. That's one of our
Well, my dad
addresses.
does it. So
Okay, it might be a Preston County thing.
you
Rooston
watch-
Mills thing.
maybe. I think it's just a man thing.
Yeah.
That people just they start to pick up on accents, and then if they watch something with an accent or they're hanging out with people with a different accent, they're gonna have that accent for the rest of the day at
It's
least.
fun, yeah.
And I have nightmares about that because it would be me offending someone
Yeah.
by accident.
You would hate to offend somebody.
Right.
Motherfuckers.
And so I don't want to offend them and make them mad at me. And I have nightmares of them like beating the shit out of me because I start talking like them.
You motherfucker talking like me?
Here's
a fist.
I had a bone.
So here you are. We're in Los Mariachis. And I just was talking about like 2 weeks before that, telling you about my nightmares where I am afraid I'm going to get beat the shit out of by talking like certain ethnicities.
I wasn't talking like
No.
I wasn't.
So, no, you did. So,
I wasn't meaning to.
I know, that's the whole point. So, we're in Los Mariachis.
I was kind of trying to talk like a New Yorker.
No, you were not.
Like, can I get a box?
No.
Can I get a box?
Because the guy, the waiter, he has a Mexican accent because he's from Mexico. And he's like, hey, can I get anybody a box? And you go, yeah, can I get a box? Yeah, can I get a box?
But it was funny because
Cumpleaños.
Nobody else. Everybody's like, yeah, I'll take a box. Yeah, I'll take a box. And then I like said it. Because it was so quick, and I knew nobody would catch it. But I wasn't trying to be a Mexican guy. I really was trying to say like a New York guy. But I was like, what was funny to me is that I said
this is Jake backpedaling.
Dude, can I get a box?
Yep. No, but he's like, hey, can I get anybody a box?
Can I get a box?
And you go, no, you didn't. You went, yeah, can I get a box?
Yeah, I said it, but yeah.
You went, yeah, can I get a box?
But
and you're like,
nobody else laughed but you, because you were the only one that could hear my frequencies. Can I get a box? And you went, oh my God.
Por favor. That's exactly what you were like. And it was totally by accident. Dude. But here, this guy, I'm like, this guy's going to slap the shit out of us. He's going to find us out in the parking lot. This is my dream. This is my nightmare. This is my dream. I wish a guy would come out and meet me up in the parking lot. I wish a guy would come out and take advantage of me in my car in my parking lot.
I wish that guy would come in my parking lot.
I had a boner.
Oh, you want me to hit it for you?
I had a boner.
Thank God. Yeah, that was the funniest. That was the fucking funniest thing. I mean, it's so easy to do. It's so easy to do. And it's so funny. It is so funny to do that.
It's funny it's honestly one of the easiest things that you can do at a restaurant is get a box. You're right.
Yes.
It is
and
funny. It takes zero skill. All you have to say is, hey, can I get a box?
That's the same thing as
can I get a box? Or can you just say box? Like, okay, anybody listening right now, if you're having trouble with ordering a box at a restaurant, just ask for a box. It's easy.
Easy as 1, 2, 3. No.
What's the most?
I'm sorry, no comprende.
So, what I was gonna say is that you doing that there would be the exact same thing as me at Texas Roadhouse going, "Hey, partner, can I get a box? Can we get some more rolls for the table?
We should start talking like that at Texas Roadhouse.
Butter my biscuit."
You went to Texas Roadhouse with me once, and the people we were with made me sit on a freaking saddle and wear a plastic cowboy hat, and it sucked. It was really lame.
Yeah, and also they made us wait for them to get. Might as well have been 3 orders of food because the first one wasn't good enough. They sent it back. The second one was exactly what they ordered. They still sent it back because they were confused on what they were getting. And then they got the third one. And we've already gone through this, if you send something back at a restaurant and it's not like a health hazard or just the complete wrong thing, just fucking eat it.
Just go, oh, scratch this one up for a loss.
Yeah.
I'll try the next restaurant.
Don't tip as high. And it's not even their fault, actually. Say, hey, man, maybe say something afterwards to the guy.
You have no idea, dude.
I just can't handle it. I cannot handle it.
I was at an Applebee's with the same group of people once. Yeah. And it was one of the most embarrassed I'd ever been because we're sitting there and it was literally the same thing that happened with me and you. So when we went to Texas Roadhouse and I had to do that, they ordered a steak and it was too dry or whatever.
Yeah.
Same exact thing happened at Applebee's 6 months later. They were bitching at the girl. The waitress got so mad because they were complaining about the steak being too dry. The waitress took it away, brought it back. Then the steak was too something else. Take it away, brought it back. Steak was too something else. And then the manager came out bringing the steak.
Mm-hmm.
And you could see the girl was just avoiding our table. And I was just like, this is the worst and the most cringiest. My skin was crawling. I was so embarrassed. And the one person we were with who was causing the ruckus starts out literally screaming and causing a scene. So what my curiosity is about people causing scenes in restaurants about their food. In your life, as you move through it, you're doing things that make you feel good. You're making decisions that feel good. You're hanging with people you like. You go to a restaurant to get a good meal.
Yeah.
What about yelling at a manager that your steak is too dry and causing a scene in front and having everybody look at you and knowing that you're just being a piece of shit? What feels good about that? Do you feel do you think they feel in control or something?
I'm sorry, no comprende.
What do you think?
I definitely think that so my sister is a therapist, and she says when you are very young, like you're extremely a young person below the age of like 5, you have emotions, but you don't know what emotion you're having, so you throw a fit. And that's like your constant, right? That's like your normal. That's your normal emotion is like, oh, even if people are happy, they cry, which that's like a extreme happiness thing, and I understand that. But what I'm saying is so I think that they just never got away from being 4 years old. They never got past the maturity of being 4 years old, so they throw fits to handle their emotions. I think that is the scientific way.
It's like they can't control.
They throw bitch fits. Science.
They can't control their emotions, so they're just going to control a situation, and the only way to control it is just by
No, they just don't. In my opinion, that's another theory too. I agree with that as well. But what I was saying is they don't know what they're feeling, and then they're like kind of confused, and then they're like super confused, and they don't know how to handle anything, so they just throw a fit.
I had a boner.
You imagine throwing a fit every time you got a boner? Imagine not having that much control over your emotions.
I would run out of tears.
Yeah.
My eyes are watering right now.
Not me. I know all of my emotions like the back of my hand. Except for the boner emotion. I don't know.
I don't know what to do with a boner emotion.
I'm sorry, no comprende.
What do you do what is the emotion that you have when you have a boner, but you're alone?
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know I don't even think I know about it. I guess sad, right?
Uh-oh, Jake has boner brain. Uh-oh, I'm
Actually-
thinking I got boner brain.
Actually, that is the kind of thinking you have when you have a boner. It's just like,
Every day is a new day.
I don't have that. I'm thinking logically. Most of the time
you're like, E equals MC squared.
yeah, I'm doing equations while I'm stroking a boner. Everyone knows that.
Dude, I think it's so funny that we're in the garage recording this podcast right now because I keep bumping my mic and I'm just like blowing smoke into it. And everybody out there, we don't apologize because guess what? It's just what happens sometimes. Sometimes you got to bring your professional podcast into the garage just so you can fucking blow a little nicotine smoke.
Just so you can have and it takes like 2 hours to set it up because it's a whole brand new setup. So you have to set everything up somewhere else. And then you don't even get to have your cigar lit the whole time because you are talking too much. It sounds like a good idea, and then it's just not a good idea.
Maybe not for you. I'm having fun over here.
Well, I'm having a hell of a time. But so,
Butso, huh? That's your new insult? You call me Butso the whole time?
I'm sorry, no comprende.
hey, Butso.
Hey, speaking of
Bring
new-
that back.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I called a kid a butt cake once.
I've been waiting to tell you this. I don't know. Did I mention the new lingo that I made up with my uncle this week?
No.
Okay, so I'm tattooing our mutual friend Sarah this week, and my uncle Craig swings by. And we were talking about some things we're going to get off the ground. Number one thing that came up in conversation, I said a place was dope, and my Uncle Craig said a place was not dope. So I said, oh, so you think it's a dope-free zone? Boom. Lame places on Earth
Our dope-free zone.
are dope-free zones.
Yeah.
Now, it might get a little confusing because, you know, people are thinking about drugs. But just a lame place, it's not dope. So it's a dope-free zone, right?
Dope free zone. Yeah.
Dope-free zone.
Yeah.
That was number one. We went into a flow state within 5 minutes of great terminology. So I thought that was such a cool thing. And then I was like, right off the bat, I was like, okay, well, how about this? If something's cool, you say it's off the schlacka. You like that one?
That one is definitely confusing. You know what I mean?
Why?
I don't think anybody's going to know what off the schlacka.
Like, dude, your outfit right now.
Like, what's a waka flocka? What's a off the schlacka?
What is a Waka Flocka?
What's a Kid Cudi?
I know what a Kid Cudi is.
What's an ASAP?
I don't know what that is. But if something's cool, it's off the schlacka for sure. Like your outfit right now, off the schlacka.
Yeah.
The way you're holding that cigar, off the schlacka.
Yeah, I always held it the same.
Yeah. So
I just wish I could actually suck on this cigar well.
fucking
Maybe that's why. Maybe I'm sucking it and not drawing the smoke out.
Yeah, draw it, dude. And the third and final new lingo, this one comes from my Uncle Craig, and he said that he always thought it would be a cool one. So he'd made it up a long time ago, just never had a cool nephew to get it off the ground for him. So, you know, how people say every once in a while.
Yeah.
Well, let's say you don't do something every once in a while. Let's say you do it every twice in a while. You know, like
So you do just do it more often.
yeah, it's just like more than every once in a while. You do it twice in a while, more frequently.
Yeah, that's cool. I don't know about that because that's kind of just sounds like I do that.
I'm sorry, no comprende.
What?
Yo, what's up? I do that.
You do that?
Yeah.
You say every twice in a while?
No, I'm saying like, yeah, if I do that every once in a while, I would just say, yeah, I do that.
Well, that's the thing. I'm giving you new terminology.
I do it every thrice in a while.
Ooh, I do it every lice in a while.
That's gross.
Yeah, for real. You get freaking spooked when the word lice comes up. You barber son of a bitch.
Yeah, because I'd have to like take off work for a week.
It's like COVID.
If I get a lice scare, I had to take days off work.
Yikes, dude.
Yeah. It was the original COVID for me. I had like multiple COVID scares because of children. There was like lice going around schools like crazy. And now that I think about it, there hasn't been a single lice scare since COVID. Did COVID kill lice?
Dude, I've actually never seen a lice.
Can lice get COVID? And they all did, and they had respiratory issues, and they all passed away. R.I.P.
Rest in peace to all the lice out there.
I had a bone.
R.I.P.L.
For real.
Ripple the motherfucker.
I'm so sad for all the lice that died of COVID. Rest in
Me
peace.
too.
I broke your heart, huh?
Everybody take a moment of silence for the lice.
Alrighty, everybody. That was a good one.
So
That was probably that was a really great moment of silence. You know, it'd be funny, and they'd be taking a moment of silence in school for like something really fucked up, and then you look over at your friend, and he'd start bursting out laughing, dude. Yeah, it was the funniest. When you weren't supposed to laugh in school, and then you looked at your buddy, and he's dying laughing. That's the best. How do you recreate that in adulthood?
you sleep in the same bed with your friend or your brother.
Oh yeah.
Because as soon as you do that, because it's already like, oh, I haven't slept with I haven't slept with another man since Nam. You know what I mean?
Yeah, explain that a little more.
So, if like me and my brother, if we sleep in the same bed, first thing he's saying is like, he climbs into bed. We're starting to get cozy, but like on our own cozy, not like together cozy.
You're talking about if you're on a trip and you have to share a bed in a hotel room.
I'm just saying if you have to share a bed entirely. I mean, what if, someone gets lice and their whole family has lice and he's trying to get away because he's bald. He doesn't have lice. He has to come over here. He's not going to sleep on that couch. That couch is uncomfortable anymore if you lay on it sideways. It's got the ribs in it. It's like got the recliners on each side, so it's like not very comfortable to sleep on. And especially for a guy with those big lats, it'd be like rolling on a foam roller.
He secretly has a large lats.
So, there's lice. He's running away from it. He stays in my bed. First thing he says is like, "Hey, I'm Big Spoon." I'm like, "Oh, no." You know, you turn around, and you face him, and you're looking into his eyes, and you make sure he doesn't get Big Spoon first. First one to roll over loses.
Yeah. I like being the little spoon sometimes.
Then
so.
this is how it goes with guys is you kind of have like a little gay off. You know what I mean? You kind of like see who's going to say certain things that make the other one uncomfortable because we're both heterosexual brothers. Plus, you're just brothers. You probably shouldn't say gay things as brothers in the bed.
Yeah, you're breaking the
Even
law.
if you are gay. You probably just shouldn't do that because it'd be kind of weird.
Yeah.
So it's just weird in general. Definitely don't do it with your sister. Do you think there's brothers that sleep with their sisters when they go and visit them sometimes? Because
I mean, I'm sure.
Girls will, if there's not another bed, they won't sleep on the couch like us. They'll just sleep. I've learned this. Girls will just sleep together, have like a little slumber party.
Yeah, Beef always wants to do that. He's got a girlfriend now, so he never stays over, but he'd always try to do that. It's like, dude, I don't really want to do that. But
yo, bro, I don't really want to sleep with you,
dude. If you think about it, how many times have me and you shared a bed? Aside from just living together, aside from 365,
aside from our arrangement in our house, twice.
Yeah, once.
And I took a selfie of it one time, and you were like half sleeping.
It's been more than twice. It's been 3 times. Once we had to share when we took the fishing trip to Canada. Me, you, and your dad and James, we slept in a bed there, and we didn't get it. We didn't laugh a bunch then. Yeah, we did.
Oh yeah, on Pittsburgh. Not in the one in Minnesota though. We had our own bed.
Yeah. No, we didn't.
We shared a canoe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So we shared a canoe.
Yeah.
And if you haven't shared a canoe with your bro,
I guess we didn't. We didn't stay with each other, did we? Did we stay in a hotel before we flew away?
Yeah, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, you're right.
And we slept together, and that was the most comfortable sleep I ever had.
Felt safe.
Just knowing that
just
if
knowing
I
was ready to fight somebody.
See, I was warm on my side, but you know how I always get a little bit cold when you roll over and you are in a slightly new position. I just knew if I roll over, it's going to be twice as warm on your side. And I kept getting closer, and you just let me.
My human body emits a lot of heat.
Well, I'm just glad that you didn't mind me sleeping nude next to you because most friends wouldn't. That's true friendship.
I'm glad that you didn't mind me sleeping without all my skin on.
That's very without a paddle of us.
Dude, we really without a paddled that, didn't we?
Yep. We almost died on that trip of horniness.
Yeah. Yeah. We were horny, weren't we?
Those pike were looking.
Those fucking teeth, man.
I had a boner.
But then the second time we slept together was at Mitch's house, right? Mitch's mom's house when we had to stay over there.
Oh yeah, and I yeah, that was pretty fun.
That was funny.
Yeah,
we caught the giggles that night,
and we had to share a towel too, and that was weird.
Did we?
Nope. Gotcha.
Oh, freaking.
I'm sorry, no comprende.
Speaking of just gotcha, I'm gonna flip the switch real quick. The funniest thing that I've ever heard, like the funniest lie I ever heard, was when my coworker was talking to a lady, and he told her, she was talking about her boob or something. It was just like a lady that we know really well, and she's just like open
She's
about
comfortable.
stuff.
She's
Yeah.
comfortable
She was just
talking
being
about her
silly.
body.
Yeah, it's not like weird with her. We can just say whatever, and she's like one of the guys. And she was talking about her boob. And she's like, yeah, my boob hurts. It's like blah, blah, blah. And then he goes, well, it's probably because you got like whatever, you have that nipple thing. She goes, what? He's like, yeah, remember when you showed me your boobs in the back and you were showing me that you had like this weird nipple thing? And she goes, I did? And she's like, I showed you my weird nipple thing?
You just made it up?
And he made the whole thing up. She doesn't have a weird nipple thing. She just... So he's like, yeah, I saw your boobs. And she's like, I really showed you my boobs. I can't believe I did that. Why would I do that? He's like, I don't know. You were showing me your weird nipple thing, and I don't know what to tell you. And she was like so certain that at the end of that conversation, she's like, wow, I can't believe I actually showed you my boobs. But
one time when
thanks for telling everybody about my weird nipple thing.
Yeah, he kind of aired out her business, didn't he?
Yeah.
One time I aired out a bunch of Paul's business to his clients.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, one of his clients was a nurse.
Oh.
And I told the nurse that one time I saw Paul eat a whole Matchbox car. He was outside smoking. I was like, yeah, watch out for Paul. He's nuts. She's like, I just didn't want to get lightheaded when I was getting tattooed. I was like, you don't got to worry about that. He's nuts. I saw him eat a Matchbox car once. And she's like, oh, that's weird. I was like, yeah, I know. And then we just
showing everybody Paul's dirty laundry.
And then Paul came back in and started tattooing her. It never got brought up again. You gotta be on your toes, man. At the shop, I can't imagine what the guys have told my clients when I'm outside smoking cigarettes.
I don't think they were like.
I don't even smoke cigarettes, so they wouldn't have a chance to.
I don't think they would ever say something like that. I think that's just
no, they do. Brandon does. So anytime somebody's getting paid out, they're giving me money, and they give me what the total was, and then they give me a tip or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon goes, "Oh, don't give him that. It's going to go straight up his nose." So it's a joke between me and Brandon, but it's like if it's a new client, I'm like, "Oh yeah," like it definitely still leaves a lingering thought in their head that I'm doing drugs with their tip money. Do you need a beer?
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna go straight up his nose. That dude.
So I do it to him now. Like a mom and her 8-year-old in there getting their earlobes pierced for the first time, and then as soon as they leave, I'm like, yeah, I'm sure that money's going right up Brandon's nose. It's funny though, like the older you get, you just stop caring about that stuff though.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure Brandon says that so much to so many of my clients that it's like, I just don't care. It's like a joke between me and Brandon. I'm still getting to tattoo whatever I want. He pierces, does whatever he wants. Like, it doesn't matter. Maybe that's bad business. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
That's okay.
Yeah, I got a little carried away at work the other day, saying the F-bomb around too many old people.
What's the F-bomb?
Not the F-bomb that everyone thinks. It's just fuck.
Just fuck?
Probably fuck.
I broke your heart, huh?
Yeah.
You ruffled some feathers with the F-bomb, huh?
I don't think I actually did, but I could have, because I was going a little overboard talking about like what we talked about on the last episode. I was just talking with my clients about it, and
you're just saying fuck all the time?
And I was just saying the word fuck like every once in a while, and it just happened to be like an average of once per his customer.
Yeah, you just like got in the zone and you're not even realize you're like, fucking doing this and fucking doing that.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Just like if I'm here, I was thinking, man, I'm having the best day today.
Yeah.
It was the best day. I was having so much fun. Me and my clients are just having like the best freaking time. And yeah, it's most, I guess I just have a good time when I say fuck a lot.
Expressing some vulgar language like that can get the energy high in the room.
What's the most embarrassing thing that's happened to you at your work?
Oh my gosh. I feel like we've already talked about it. Are we doing this right now? You're going to make me tell this story?
Yeah.
This is the worst. This is the worst, and this is so bad. I'm building it up now, so it won't be as bad. But, there are moments when you're working with your friends and you have fun and you are just being as bad as you can be just to shock them and make them laugh even harder.
Yeah.
You know? Everybody
it's all
goes
about
to those
shock
moments.
factor. And if no one laughs, you just go again.
You
go again. And you go again.
Yes, and it's like
Because we've already learned if you say something halfway funny the first time and you say it 5 more times, it's eventually funny.
So I just got done tattooing a lady, and I had 2 appointments that day. So she was finished up, she was leaving, and my new client is a long-term client. His name's Jared. He came in the shop, and I could see him through the window, through my booth at the door. I motioned to him. I said, "Hey, Jared, I got to get cleaned up. I'll be out with you in a second."
Yeah.
So Jared's by the door. I can see him through the windows, like of the tattoo booths. And then Brandon, my coworker, is sitting behind the front desk. So we're all goofing off, and I'm out there cussing at him, and everybody's laughing, and it's fun, and I'm just feeling rowdy. I've probably got a Monster Energy drink in me. I'm just feeling, a little wacky.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, no comprende.
And the song comes on. The song.
Yes. And the song is Butterfly.
Butterfly by Crazytown. And if you don't know what that song is, it's the song that goes, "You're my butterfly, sugar baby. Come my lady, come my lady. Da-da-da-da-da, sugar baby." It's a fucking incredible song. It's one of the best songs ever written. So this song comes on, and
This is one of the best songs ever written.
I had a bone.
It's up there with Piano Man.
it's great. But in the moment, and in my young and immature feeling, my immature mouth,
Feeling white.
feeling very white, I yell out to the guys. I said, "Oh, this is a jam right here." I'm cleaning up my booth, and I can see kind of both of them. And I said, "Oh, this is a jam right here, boys. Get ready." And, it's, "You're my butterfly, sugar baby. Come my lady." And I'm like, "Oh, God, it's a good thing there's no girls in here, huh?" And I say that kind of loud. And I can see Jared, and he's sitting at the far end of the shop, and I just think he doesn't hear me.
Yeah.
Because he's just kind of like looking at me, not smiling, just kind of looking at me. And I'm like, okay, they must not have heard me. It's a good thing there's no freaking girls in here. And I'm just being completely sexist. I'm being so sexist. And nothing, not a peep, not a giggle. So old Jake John's to turn it up a notch. So so I was like, "Oh, you guys not hear this song right now? It's a good thing there's no female women in here, right? It's a good thing there's no girls in here. It'd be freaking soaking in here." Nothing. Not a single, not a peep. You guys aren't understanding me right now. There is no girls in here. If there were girls in here, you wouldn't even need to pour a mop bucket. They'd be so fucking wet. and that like, I don't even get that crude when I'm trying to like make them laugh, but I'm just really pushing this. That this song just makes people horny. That's what that's the underlying message.
It's Butterfly. Of course it does.
You're my butterfly, sugar baby.
We're white males. Of course we're going to love this song.
So after I said that, the wet part, the female getting aroused part, I start walking out of the booth towards Brandon because I'm like, are you not hearing me? Like, why is nobody acknowledging me?
I've said this 4 times. This is going to be a banger.
This joke is leading up to be good. And they're just like dead faced. I'm like, What is going on? Like, why is nobody having fun right now?
Yeah.
Why is me and my 2 guy friends not being bad? And why is nobody having fun? And Brandon said, "Well, yeah, except for Paul's customer over here in Points." And out of my line of sight, there was a girl sitting there, and she was waiting to get tattooed by Paul, and Paul was outside smoking cigarettes. And it wasn't really the opportunity to tell me, it wasn't really the opportunity for me to tell her that he eats Matchbox cars. So I'm
sexist, but he eats Matchbox cars.
So I obviously was red-faced and immediately embarrassed, and I tried apologizing to her. I was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize. And she didn't smile. She like didn't say it was okay. It was the worst person that could have happened to. And Paul didn't even know it happened because he was outside smoking cigarettes. So I'm so sorry. I feel like an idiot. I'm like apologizing to her, and she's not like giving me a frown face. She's just like, we're both kind of like in an awkward situation. I go back to my booth and finish cleaning up, and I'm just like shaking my head at myself. I felt like I was this
So
big.
stupid.
I felt like I was this. I felt so stupid, dude. And Brandon, anytime something like that happens, where like one of us goes too far, we're pretty good about smoothing it over.
Yeah.
Brandon kept going over to Paul's booth and like saying that her tattoo is cool, and and she wasn't even talking to him. She just wanted out of there at that point, dude. I'm still embarrassed saying that story. I knew that we'd have to talk about it on the podcast at some point, but oh my gosh, man.
So speaking of that same thing, I don't have a moment like that, and I can't really think of a moment where I was like super embarrassed. Actually, yes.
Okay, let's hear it.
I have one. And so
Where you just like you put
Where
your
I
foot in your mouth.
totally.
Yeah.
So one of my coworkers, this is when I was taking walk-ins at the time, so I didn't know everyone as well. And one of a guy that always comes in the shop, but I've never cut his hair before, comes in, and I'm cutting his son's hair. So he's always been in there. The son's there. He brings his 2 kids in, and the one's just sitting in the other chair, just hanging out, talking. And we're talking about how, the kid in my chair, he plays hockey, and the other kid is like, yeah, I play hockey. Talking about how they love the Penguins. Talking about how they love going to sports games. They're going to go to a basketball camp. Going to go hang out with Coach Huggins at WVU for this basketball camp, and they're really into it. And I'm like, oh man, like this kid over here, like the kid in my chair is pretty cool, but the kid over there is like, he's pretty awesome. And so I was, and the kid over there had longer hair, which they didn't want their hair cut. They just had really long hair. And like wearing baggy sweatpants, big hoodie, like 10-year-old. And so I'm talking to him, and they're talking. They kind of like made fun of me for something. I said, hey, well, your dad doesn't have enough money to pay for this haircut. You're gonna have to stay here and work here for a while. If you don't want to go, because they were going on vacation.
Yeah.
And they're like, and the kid was like, I don't want to go on vacation. It's like, well, what kid doesn't want to go on vacation? But whatever. And they're just kind of being kind of shitty.
That kid didn't want to go on vacation?
Yeah, the kid over there didn't want to go on vacation. This kid in my chair is not talking.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, if you don't want to go on vacation, you can always work here. And so, and they're like, oh, no, yeah, I'll hang out here. That's cool. And so I'm like, oh, yeah, like this kid's guy goes like, yeah, I mean, you'll learn a lot of stuff here, a lot about manhood. And then I look down and I look at the flip-flop of this kid, and it just has rhinestones along the flip-flop.
Yeah. You're going to teach a girl.
So I'm going to teach this 10-year-old girl all about manhood. And I felt like a total dipshit. But I mean, it looked like, and here's the other thing. The kid had like a deeper voice, like a raspy voice. Maybe she had a cold. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I was like, I was like, as soon as they left, I was like, oh my God. I just told that dad's little girl that I was going to teach her about manhood if she stuck around here. And I feel like, and he knew I didn't mean anything by it.
Yeah.
But it was still fucking uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And everyone was making fun of me in the shop after that. They were like fucking roasting me and shit. Another moment so that was my moment. This moment that I'm going to tell you about happened to my coworker. And so very similar situation. I wasn't there yet. Guy walks in, says, hey, I usually get my haircut somewhere else. heard that you can do, like, a lot of people that I know work here, like, come here that I work with, and he's like, oh, where you work? And they're like, well, I work at the prison in Hazleton. Oh, yeah. And it's like, what do you like to do? Oh, I ride dirt bikes and I play basketball and, you know, classic stuff like that. You know, I like to go mudding with my side-by-sides and then he, so he's like cutting their hair and it just looks like a dude. But then when he goes to shake their hand and, oh, thank you, sir. They go, actually, I'm a lady.
Oh, man.
After the whole thing's said and done.
Dang.
He's like, actually, I'm a woman. And I was like, oh my gosh. He's like, dude, and he like, and apparently that lady gets it all the time. And she's like, actually, I'm a lady.
Like,
and
she's
he's like,
used to
and
it.
he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, it just slipped out that I said, sir, it wasn't even a thing. She's like, no, it's okay. Like, I look like a guy.
I had a bone.
So I was like,
Poor girl.
dude, for sure.
Unless she
So-
wants to look like a guy.
And that's just like when you work with the public and you're just gonna have stuff like that happen to you at some point.
I mean,
if you
I could
have
tell you
any
another
type
girl.
of funny personality, and that wasn't even a funny personality thing. That was just like a total slip because, well, there's a women's prison. She doesn't work in the men's prison. She was talking about men that work in the men's prison up the street from the women's prison. And she was talking about them. She wasn't talking about the women she works with at the women's prison. So it was just like,
Dude,
ridiculous that,
well, I embarrassed myself to a dude once.
really?
Yeah. You know, not even involving a girl. I felt like I was a tiny little, I felt embarrassed for a dude once. Working with the public, and especially being a tattoo artist, you're very physical with everybody because you're leaning on them, you're stretching the skin, and you're tattooing them.
Yeah, you're really digging in, really leaning on body-to-body contact.
Yeah. So anytime I'm tattooing a girl in an intimate area, I am extremely professional. I don't like there's nothing like sexual at all. I try to do everything I can to make them just feel comfortable, and I'm
Right.
out of the room if they're
Right.
getting undressed, like all of that. Well,
Yeah.
one time I was tattooing a dude, which is mostly who I tattoo anymore. And I'm tattooing his thigh.
Yeah, because mostly you sing, anytime Butterfly comes on, all the ladies just get out of there.
Honestly, the butterfly story, yeah, I am very embarrassed of that. That mistake has never happened again. That was a one-time, that was a lesson I had to learn.
Go on with the fantasy.
So I'm tattooing this guy's leg, and this is on his thigh. But when you're stretching the skin, the way my hands are positioned, it's like this, like going like that.
Like a squid.
So
Like an octopus.
I'm gonna use my cigar as the tattoo machine. So I'm going like this with his skin, and I'm tattooing it like this.
Yeah.
On his thigh.
Yep.
Well, I went up towards the higher part, and I went like this. I was stretching with these two fingers here, and I went like that with my pinky, just reaching it out, and I poked him in the penis with my pinky, like he was wearing these shorts. I literally just poked him right in the dick, and it happened between me and him, and I could have finished the tattoo, and I wouldn't have said anything. I never would have said anything, but it was like I just touched this guy's dick. So Brandon was over there, and I said, "Yeah, dude, I was tattooing him earlier. Fucking poked him in the dick." To my client and to Brandon to be funny and like clear the air. Well, the dude is he's like a computer guy,
Yeah.
extremely intelligent. Like I asked him what he did a couple times, and he was just so smart and kind of socially awkward.
Yeah.
But not like super socially. I mean, I just don't. I don't know. We weren't like.
You weren't vibing.
We were vibing. We had fun, but yeah, he was just like a little bit awkward.
Yeah.
So me bringing up, I was like, yeah, I just touched this guy's dick earlier. It made it weird. It made it so weird, and I kept trying to brush it over and make him like crack jokes. He wasn't cracking jokes.
Yeah. He was like, well, you did? I didn't even notice.
Yeah, and it got like, he wasn't laughing about it. And
What,
Brandon was
your
laughing.
pinky touched my testicles?
So then I kept trying to be like, yeah, I'll just probably try not to do that again, man. I'm sorry. Like it was supposed to be funny.
Yeah.
And it was between me and Brandon, but the guy was like, it just got awkward. It just got more awkward. So
It's like thank God the floor isn't
Hey.
slippery because Butterfly is playing. I would have slipped and fell right in your ass.
I had a boner.
So lessons. There are lessons to be learned when working with the public.
Yes. You
I'm sorry, no comprende.
you may accidentally misgender someone or poke them in the penis.
Yeah, hey, you misgender somebody. That's a thing. That's absolutely a
Yeah,
thing.
you just
like,
say sorry.
That's why on a couple podcasts ago when I was talking about my partner, you're like, well, how do you know if it's a boy or like people think you have a boyfriend? It's like, no, it's just I've tattooed people recently where they told me they're married, but I don't know if they're gay or not.
Yeah, but that means nothing to you. That's what my point is. When you call someone your partner, it just sounds like you're gay. You can have a girlfriend. They don't have to have a girlfriend. It's not their girlfriend.
Yeah, but
So you talking to them, it even confuses them
yeah.
because they're like, "Oh, is this guy gay?"
Oh, I mean, maybe I don't care if they do.
Well, it doesn't matter,
Yeah,
but it kind of would matter if you were.
I just think
Not
it's.
wanting
I
to
think
look
it's.
gay.
I just think it's good to like get used to using that language, which is why I use that language because I don't want to.
I think it's good to understand what they mean by it, which is why I think you need to stop saying partner.
I mean, I can.
Because it doesn't make any sense.
I mean, I can say partner.
Yeah, dude, howdy.
Yeah. How do you do?
Howdy doody, partner.
What in tarnation?
Yeah, so my partner, howdy.
Yeah.
I broke your heart, huh?
I've had a lot of people tell me that was one of their favorite things that I've said on the podcast is me calling you out for the partner thing.
Yeah. I mean,
They're like, yeah, it's kind of gay.
dude, it might be.
Yeah, and maybe that's your.
It's okay.
Maybe you're. Maybe it's you're metrosexual. I mean, you do put up.
Do you remember when you
do
first-
the top button? Yeah, you always put up your top button.
You remember when BJ always used the word metrosexual at you?
Yeah, and he had no idea what it meant.
Yeah, he's like, I just think Poppy's metrosexual.
And
I don't
I'm
even know
like,
what that means. I don't think that word. I think that word isn't really a thing anymore because I don't know what it means.
Metrosexual is like you're so into fashion that you're unfashionable and you just wear really bright scarves all the time.
But why is it called sexual? Why do you say metrosexual? There's nothing
Who
sexual
fucking-
about it. You
yeah.
just like fashion.
Yeah,
I think
So,
that's why you never hear that word anymore because it's just like kind of
Yeah, it's
got
ridiculous.
out of there.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
Just like people were.
Well, and then I was like, well, that makes me sound like have some sort of weird sexuality. Like,
Yeah,
it
like-
means nothing.
like you
all
like
I
to-
was doing was wearing flannel shirts, Vans, and jeans. And he's
Like,
like,
you-
man,
you're
you
a
really
sexu-
care about your fashion, don't you?
You're really sexually attracted to metropolitan areas.
Ooh, that's probably it.
Like
Probably
you
it.
want to.
It gets you off, gets your ox hard.
You're attracted to cities, man. Get your rocks hard.
Is that a thing?
I had a boner.
We're getting your rocks off, and it's not getting your rocks hard, because that would be painful. Because nobody likes a kidney stone. Fact.
I've never had one. Have you?
Mm-mm. I just know nobody likes them.
Yeah, they hate them.
Let's stop this hate with kidney stones. It's like everybody says they hate kidney stones, but they have feelings too. I would think.
I don't think they do.
No,
No.
totally inanimate object, huh?
Yeah, I think it's
Where do they come from then?
your kidneys,
Yeah, but where do they come from?
the sugar that goes through the kidneys.
Yeah, but where does it come from? You know what I mean?
Honestly,
Like
yeah.
what dimension does it come from, and then it transports to your kidneys?
Yeah, honestly, you're right. Maybe they do have feelings.
That was a really easy. You were very agreeable today. You are not. You don't like to be controversial.
I told you, man.
You don't like to argue.
Conversating with me is a breeze.
I'm having the time of my life. But yeah, I think I really want, after this podcast is over, I think I still want to do some freestyling too.
Okay, we can fuck around a little bit.
But yeah, that's pretty much what all I had to say about that.
Well, let me go ahead and well, before I close up the podcast, you never told us today what you never told us the fact on.
I don't have one.
You don't have one today?
No, honestly, I apologize if people even like that segment. This week I just don't have one because I have been entertaining in-laws, trying to turkey hunt. I'm taking a couple days off for turkey hunting, so I was doing that since 4:30 this morning.
4:30.
Every day is a new day.
And I just have not had any time to do anything.
Well, next week you better
So,
come in hard with
I will come in hard. I'll have a couple days off while I'm editing and stuff to look up some fun things.
Cool.
And find out what happened on this day. I
Yeah.
was going to make up a fake thing about turkeys, but it just wasn't calculating.
Yeah. You know, it's funny.
That's all I've thought about all day.
I talked to Brandon today, and I was told him that you went turkey hunting. And I told him how shitty the weather was here, and he goes, "Oh, that sounds good." I was like, "I don't know, maybe. I mean, if it's fucking cold and rainy, is that good turkey hunting weather?" He goes, and this is hilarious because it's so true. He's like, "I don't know. Hunters just like it to be shitty. It's like if it's too nice out, they're always like, oh, it's too fucking warm out. You're not going to kill anything."
Yeah.
It's like, you're probably right, Brandon. It's like,
But with
you
turkeys,
just want it to be shitty and fucking cold and miserable.
all you want it to be he's thinking for deer, which is true. People will be like, "Oh man, it's too warm. You know, what if you shoot a deer? You know, it's going to go bad before you even get it out of the woods." If it's like 70 degrees, you got to like get that thing going. You got to gut it, skin it, pop it, lock it, drop it,
Fuck it.
bop it, pass it.
I had a bone.
And then you got to clean it all out and everything before it goes bad because it's not cold. But if it's really cold out, then you don't have to worry about it because like nature is your refrigerator. You know, put a spoon outside. It's going to stay cold for that soup, baby.
That's for damn sure.
Today, your spoon would have been perfectly fine outside.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and do my part then.
Okay. Sorry, guys. I suck.
You know, I did my homework.
I had a bone.
So April 25th, 2008, the movie Harold and Kumar Escape from Guantanamo Bay came out. It's a good movie. If you've never seen it, it's hilarious. But the two actors that are in that movie are John Cho, he's the Asian guy, and then you have Cal Penn, who is the Middle Eastern guy. This is what John Cho looks like